area student athletes. At Lipari, we know that success is predicated on hard work and determination, and we strive to help our young people get a great start in every way possible. Today's game is proudly brought to you by Lipari Energy.
All across this country, people took the Pepsi Challenge.
In 1975, we challenged folks to put their taste buds to the test.
And Pepsi won.
Pepsi.
50 years later, we're traveling across the country to challenge a new generation and celebrate winning taste along the way. We know that Pepsi Zero Sugar tastes better and is more refreshing than the other guy. So get ready for a new Pepsi Challenge in 2025, coming soon to a city near you.
All right, after some technical difficulties, we've had to restart the stream. Apparently, you can only be on the same live stream for 8 hours, no more. So it shut off after that. We are now in the bottom of the 8th inning. Jackson County was able to put one run on the board there in the top of the 8th, so they take the lead 3-2 over South Laurel.
Yeah, let's recap that.
Top
of the 8th, Lexi Brockman led off. The hard hit ball in the hole. It was fielded by Sky Lawson, but she couldn't get her. Great play there. Candace Williams strikes out. Aubrey McCown hits the ball to first, reaches by Era, and then on the overthrow, Brockman scores. Then Sally hits the ball back to Williams, who makes the play for out 2, and then Peel out 3, strikeout looking. So Jackson County leads 3-2 as we're in the bottom of the 8th inning. And up to bat for South Laurel will be number 11, Morgan Jackson. So we're right where, 2, 3, 4, you got Brett's there in the 4 hole. You got the 2-run homer in the bottom of the 6th. So South Laurel has the better part of their lineup up here.
Here's the pitch to Jackson. They're going to say it was, I don't know where that missed.
Not sure where that missed, but
ball 1. Swing and a miss by Jackson for strike 1.
Got a little help there.
For everyone who's,
We apologize for the technical difficulties, but, live streaming on Facebook, you can only do that for 8 hours.
Right there, Williams gets Jackson to swing and miss once again to a 1-2 count now. And for those of you just tuning back in, Jackson County put a run on the board in the top of the 8th inning. So they lead 3-2 right now over South Laurel in the bottom of the 8th. 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and Candace Williams will get Jackson out on the strikeout, and that will tally her 13th strikeout on the evening. So 1 out now. And number 14, Kenzie Williams, will step into the box for the Lady Cardinals. She pops that one straight up. First baseman comes over and makes the grab. That was Macy Walton who makes the catch for out number 2. The Lady Generals are 1 out away from moving on to the semifinals. To the plate now, though, is number 5, Riley Bretz, who's been one of the only ones able to have any type of good hit
She's
tonight.
2 for 2 with a double and 2-run homer. You don't want to put her on base.
No,
because then you bring the winning run to the plate. So,
and it happens to be a girl with 15 home runs on the season.
So I'm not sure what he's telling them or telling his pitcher, but I'm just going to go right at her. He's got his best pitcher in the circle against one of their best hitters. Just a one-on-one matchup here because you don't want to walk her.
All right, so no runners on for South. They're trailing by 1 run. First pitch to Brett.
Outside.
Outside.
She's going to be real careful with her, and for good reason.
That one right down the middle for strike one. 1-1 count now, and the Jackson County faithful behind us are getting excited here.
I think everybody's getting excited. I'm not sure.
Heck, I'm excited.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just love a good game.
It has been a great softball game.
That ball fouled off, and that'll be strike two on Brett's.
You know, and if Jackson County holds on here, it's going to be a huge upset. You know, South Laurel comes into the game 26-5, Jackson County 16-15. Outside, ball two.
So 2-2 count now, 2 outs.
Yeah.
I think everyone held their breath in the stands there. That one,
On both sides.
yeah. Just missed on that one. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And Brett's able.
Battling in there. Fouls it off. She's battling.
Yeah, and you want to talk about comparing records, not to mention the hefty loss that South handed Jackson at the beginning of the season, 18-5, I believe.
You're correct. That's way back in April.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. That one's popped up and out of play.
Just think if you're, you know, having to face South Laurel the next. I mean, Brett's is an 8th grader.
Yeah. They're going to have a solid team and for years to come here in the next few years for sure. 2-2 pitch. It's the changeup.
Oh,
Ooh. Ooh, that was close.
yeah. Brett's kind of had a look on her face like, ooh.
So here we are, 2 outs, full count situation.
Bottom of the 8th.
Here's the 3-2 pitch.
Oh, my.
Pulled off the upset in extra innings. Man, Candace Williams, what a performance in the circle as she came away with 14 strikeouts.
I mean, just we talked about in the beginning over and over about the depth in South Laurel's lineup, how well they hit the ball. And for her to have 14 strikeouts.
She really stunned them tonight, yeah.
And by my count, I may have missed one here. Brett's had the only 2 hits of the game, a double and a 2-run homer.
So what a ball game. We started the tournament with a good game, ending it into the first day of the tournament with a great game. First extra innings of the tournament.
You know, that's why they don't play the games on paper. They play them on the field.
Yeah.
And hats off to Jackson County. Just, you know, did everything they needed to do to win.
Yeah.
Just battled, and Williams just was outstanding in the circle.
It can be hard, too, as the underdog to not get excited when you know you got a chance. But I thought Jackson County stayed poised even when, you know, they got up 2-0. And then the thing about a game like this, you can't get too high emotionally and you can't get too low emotionally. Even when Brett's hit an absolute bomb out in right field to tie it up, Jackson County still had faith, you know, they could get it done.
Yeah, they maintained that poise and, you know, did what they needed to do. You know, just put the ball in play in the 8th. Again, what I talk about, small ball. You got to put the ball in play, make the defense, force the defense to make a play. But just a great day of softball. You know, 4 great games. Started out with, you know, a 3-2 victory in the first game. Then we go 2-1 and then 6-2 and then an extra inning game here as Jackson County pulls the upset and wins 3-2. So we'll be back tomorrow for semifinal action, North Laurel versus Pineville, and then Harlan versus Jackson County.
And 2 pretty good games. North Laurel and Pineville not faced off ever, I don't think, like in the last couple years, have they?
Yeah, they may have played in the regional tournament last year. I'm not 100% sure.
But I see a lot of similarities, too, in Harlan and Jackson County, so I think that might be a great game as well.
Yeah, 2 good games.
Yep.
We're down to semifinals. So
let's just pray the weather will be in our favor. Right now, not looking too good, but 6
and 8. And if we get rained out, we'll be back Wednesday. You know, thank you to our sponsors, Lipari Energy, Sheriff John Root, and Pepsi for allowing us to be here. Thank you to Corbin High School. And we'll be back on the air probably around 5:55 on Tuesday. But you're listening to Mike and Jalen Black on the Jaguar Broadcasting Network on North Laurel Nation. Thank you to those who stuck with us, even through our technical difficulties, and also 98.5 WJTE, the Light of London. We're signing off, and we'll see you tomorrow.